Hi everyone, welcome back on my YouTube channel. I'm Stephanie, and today I want to talk about my personal outlook for the ES future. And first of all, I hope you had a very great first new week of the year. And yeah, let's start right now. To make this clear at first, this is my personal outlook, and I'm focused on context and probabilities, and I don't give any trade signals. Okay, so let's dive into the charts. So, at first, this is my weekly market profile of the ES future. And let's start how the market traded last week. So, this is last week. And overall, we didn't see a major change in value. The value is almost the same. But however, there's one important detail. We had a weekly close below value low that you can see here. That's the close. And that could tell us that sellers are more in control. But at the same time, the point of control is located higher. And that's an anomaly, and very often markets tend to correct these kind of anomalies over the time. So even value itself didn't shift much, the structure is not completely clean. So when we are looking at value alone, I would say we are still in a balanced environment, but because of the weak close, the context currently feels a little bit more short. So the key question now is, are sellers willing to aggressively sell at the lower prices here? Or will the market first trade up higher as a correction long to this zone that you can see here? And maybe the sellers are stepping back in again here at this red zone. As always, we can only work with probabilities, and in these key areas we need to see positioning first. So for me, there are three different scenarios that can happen. And the first and most important short zone for me is the zone you can see here. It's 6,902 to 6,868. And as long as the market trades below this area, so if we're here, we're trading below this area, I consider the market to be short. A confirmation would come through positioning building, as always. And as long as the price remains below this zone, I look only for short opportunities intraday. So, and that's for me the most interesting scenario at the moment. We will see. Scenario 2 comes into play if the market trades back above 6,902, when we will see that the market will trade a little bit more higher, and when it starts positioning for long, I would only look for long trades above this zone on an intraday bias. Target would be maybe last POC. This is here. And as I told you before, it's an anomaly, and we not always, but we often tend to correct these anomalies. So, and that move should be seen as a correction, not as a trend change. And there's also scenario 3, and that focuses on the upper zone between 6,963 and 6,951. And as long as the market trades below this zone, if we're here, we build acceptance there, and the market remains short. So if we see positioning, we can trade short. Yeah, that is definitely also a very attractive price for sellers. So that could definitely happen when we are coming to the upper zone. Okay, that's it. That's my weekly market profile outlook for the upcoming week. But at the moment, we also need to keep an eye on the Venezuela conflict, because we can see quick movements because of that conflict as well. And as always, make sure to watch important news events because those can trigger also fast short-term moves, especially in such environments. So, okay, that was my personal market outlook for the ES future for the next week. And I hope this breakdown was a little bit helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and also activate the bell so that you will be always reminded when I post new market outlooks. Thank you for watching and see you next week.